So guys, Shadow Werewolf, and today doing something that I'm gonna start doing more often, which is movie reviews. I mean, I know it's kind of lame, but still, a lot of people watch movies, and it's something to do, and not bad. Now, I know a lot of one thing that's been going on lately, and that's Sharknado. And I could have went and bought that, but since I can actually see it anytime I want, considering my cousin has the DVD, I was like, eh. So I bought wrappers in the way. So I bought the Shark Attack pack. Dude, money. Alright, well, the first movie I watched was Shark Island, which I'll give you the storyline real quick. Well, actually, I'll tell you how it starts. Starts off, there's this big rich guy on an island, and he feeds this guy from the cartel, which I think is the mafia, to a shark. The story is about the rich billionaire's son gets killed, and he brings all the people that were involved on the island and kills them with several different species of sharks. Let me read this to you. Shark, as Patrick Bergeson is the millionaire, and Yancey Butler as his little GF in this. A group of complete strangers find themselves isolated by a wealthy man. Oh, I'm gonna try this. By a wealthy man on a crowded island compound. They are forced into a horrifying gauntlet where they must survive barrage of every deadly species of shark. And, by species I mean actual species, which I thought was a really cool concept because you had the bull shark, the lemon shark, the freaking hammerhead, I think the great white was the last one, but it was pretty good. And then you have a classic with Gary Stretch as uh he's basically a mystical hunter. J. La White, Robert Percotta, I don't know any of these actors. Megashark versus crocosauras. Now, first off, to get the storyline of the people, you'd probably have to watch the first movie because, no offense, it really won't make sense at all to you. Because, like, basically this is what happens. They think the shark got killed by the octopus, but it pretty much just survived. I'm not gonna ash cow. And you got the guy from the first scene with his new wife. His wife gets murdered by the shark. They hunt a giant croc and shark got an epic fight. There's explosions everywhere. It's really epic and awesome. Not to mention, I really like Gary Stretch, who's the mercenary in this. Not mercenary. I don't know if the technical term is poacher or not for his type of profession, but still, I just love his accent. And because when he's telling them to get the crocodile too out of his back pocket, the chick's trying to get it, and she's like, "There's nothing down there." He's like, "Oh, why don't you feel a little deeper and show me some love, sweetheart?" Because his little, I like his little one-liners. Then you got two-headed shark attack, and this one has two actors at least that I really know, and that is uh Brooke Hogan and Carmen Electra. Now I think everyone knows who Brooke Hogan is because let's face it, everyone was one time. If you've seen Three Ninjas, I'm gonna tell you straight up, one of my favorite actors, wrestlers, and just famous people in general is Hulk Hogan. And this has his daughter in it, so I was kind of excited. She does pretty good acting in this. When a semester at sea ship is sunk by a mutated two-headed shark, the survivors escape to a deserted atoll, but when it starts flooding, co-eds are no longer safe from the double jaws of the monster. It was decently good, maybe kinda overdid it on the effects of, like, the sinking and how the shark moved. But no, I think that it was pretty good. I also really enjoyed the actors in it. But yeah, it was all around good. Now I'm gonna tell you the biggest flaw about the. Well, first off, just tell you guys this is worth it. It's like $7 or $5 at Walmart, and it was really worth it. No scratched up CD or anything. Well, let me tell you this. And every single megashark movie that I have watched, for some reason, like the not the sounds in general. The sounds in general are just awesome, but the sounds of like people screaming sound like they're ripped off of video games. You go, "Whoa! Ah, ah," and they don't even do the right facial expression. Like in let me give you another one. Shark Island. Whenever something bad would happen, the freaking. Now I'm not trying to critique this because God knows why he was doing it, but this guy who was supposedly working for the murderer in Shark Island was smiling whenever someone died, and I just thought it was because he just enjoyed the acting, and I guess that was shitty of me. I'm sorry for this bugging, but I'd rate. First off, I'm not gonna rate the whole package is definitely a 10 out of 10 for the price mainly, but I'm gonna go ahead and rate these one by one. Two-headed shark attack. I'd give it a 8 out of 10. It was decently good. It surprised me a bit by how good it was, because I don't know. I thought the shark would be kind of lame, but because I thought I was like, how are you gonna make the fin work? But they balanced the shark out looking perfectly, even though it looks really horrible on the cover. And the funniest part is when they actually tried to blow up the shark's head, and only one head flew off. All right, Mega Shark versus Crocosauras. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. I'm gonna rate that a 6 out of 10 because it's a decent movie, but God, they can't overdo the sequel, and it's never, and the graphics seem not to change at all from the first one. And not to mention they kind of stuck with the same actor. Not to mention, I mean, I'm getting tired of the shark. I'm sorry, but you know what? The shark needs to die. How it fucking survives every time they go on and make another movie, I'll never understand. Now, Shark Island. Really, really good plot. It's just the thing that kinda. First off, I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I gave it a 10 out, not 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, just because it had such an amazing and really good actors and really good plot. But there wasn't really, I don't know, it just didn't seem shark focalized. It only had the few gauntlets, and every now and then guy would throw in minefields. And yeah, that might be bad some, but if you want to make a movie about a shark, it needs to be sort of like Two-Headed Shark Attack, where something like Stranded on an Island, or you launch them all in the water and give them separate sharks to deal with. But no, it just wasn't Shark Central, and the ending was really stupid to me because it just felt like a huge cliffhanger. And oh yeah, the girl finally stabs the murderer after everyone else dies. The one of the last survivors. Oh, and then before she even does anything, says she's going back home. She stabs him, and that's the end. She's the last one alive. It's just right after she stabs him, he falls off the cliff. She glances at the cliff and then rogue weddings. But yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna critique it too bad, but out of all these movies are really good, and I really recommend them. So from me to you to the full moon.